Ever since I put up the video explaining why I stopped watching tarot card reading videos, and I put up a follow-up video after that, the questions have not stopped rolling in. So I want to go ahead and restructure and reformulate this and explain why across the board, I refuse to get readings. I refuse. People try to read for me all the time, and I kindly, politely refuse. They go ahead and do it anyway, and they come up with some of the most ridiculous, outlandish shit that is not accurate in the least, and it's not their fault. The reason they can't read me is because I create my future. Every single step I take, every action I take, every corner I turn, and every decision that I make is under my conscious control and my conscious creation. And I don't know how many of you know this, but when you come to any kind of reader, especially a tarot card reader, there is only one thing that they are capable of reading, and that is your default timeline. I coined that phrase, default timeline. Basically what that means is if you are just basically operating on autopilot, letting life happen to you, which most people are, that's what we can read. But you have to understand how that mechanism works. To try to cram it into the most efficient nutshell that I possibly can, from the minute you set foot on this planet, you are immediately being programmed. Immediately. From your parents, your siblings, your school teachers, your classmates, the shit you see on TV and the stuff you hear in the music, and you're constantly being bombarded with information, and that information is programming you. Well, at a certain stage in your life, arguably probably somewhere between age 7 and 10, I think most people say about age 7, you basically take the wheel up here and start making conscious decisions, and basically you start manifesting your life experiences from that point, for the very most part. There's still a lot of programming that's happening and a lot of things that are out of your control, but that's when you start manifesting your own life experiences by default. And your timelines and your experiences are unfolding based on your programming and the default settings that have been programmed into your subconscious mind. What I dedicated my life to learning how to do was stop letting life happen to me, learn how to take my future by the balls, and create my future. And when you're doing that, and I mean you're really fully actually walking that path, you get to a certain point where it gets harder and harder and harder to read for you. When you very first start playing around with it, and you kind of start dipping your toes in the water and maybe jumping off your default timeline a little bit, a reader can still read a couple of nearby timelines and whatnot. But whenever you fully submerge yourself into the manifestation path, and it's a lifestyle, and you take 100% accountability for everything that you experience, it gets to a point where nobody can read for you. No, they can't. And I already know a lot of people are going to argue that. I hear it all the time. I don't give a shit. I don't care. If you think you can read for somebody who does not operate on their default timeline and is taking conscious control of every experience that they have in their life, you don't know what in the hell you're talking about. That's not the way that it works. So since that's what I dedicated my life to learning how to do, and then the universe put me in the position to be a tarot card reader, as I've said before, it took a little bit for me to understand the assignment, but now I understand the assignment. That's why when you do come to me for a reading, I make it a really, really important point to send you on your way armed with some knowledge and wisdom that, if you choose to apply to your life, can help you do the same thing. Now, the slope gets kind of slippery sometimes. Unfortunately, there are some people out there who just are not prepared to take that information in which case I'll do the best that I can to plant the most valuable seed that I possibly can. Unfortunately, there are some people out there who just do not have fertile soil at all. So if you plant that seed, it's going to go absolutely nowhere. But I make it a very, very, very strong point to plant seeds, arm you with knowledge and wisdom that, if you choose to apply to your life, it can help you spread your own wings and fly. And if you don't want to, you never have to come back to me or anybody else for guidance ever again. I argue that anybody in the spiritual community who is not teaching you how to use your power is not helping you, they're hurting you. Now, let's give some people the benefit of the doubt and assume that they don't mean any bad intentions. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there that they really don't mean bad intentions. They don't. They intend to help you. So, but we also know that there are some people out there who literally don't give two shits about you at all. All they care about is their own popularity and their own money. They're not here to help you. They're just here for their own ego. We know they're out there too. So, does that make a little bit more sense? I'm not saying that tarot card readings are bad. I'm not saying that readers or psychics or people like that are bad people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it is a tool. I use a deck of tarot cards like a mechanic uses a diagnostic tool at a mechanic shop. When you take your car into the mechanic shop, if he was to just diagnose it for you and then just tell you what's going to happen to you, well, that'd be kind of fucking stupid, wouldn't it? Well, you got about 3,000 miles before your car breaks down. Have a nice day. You know, it's like, whoa, can't we fix this? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And that's all I ever dedicated my life to learning how to do. The only difference between me and an auto mechanic is I can't do the work for you. I can open up the hood, point to the part that's screwed up that needs to be replaced, show you the toolbox, tell you how to do it. That's all I can really do. That's all I can really do. And hope and wish that the way I deliver you the message is in a way that can be well received and put to good use in your life, because my goal is to see you change your life. That's my goal. The highest compliment that I get paid is when I hear a client say, I went to Rich for one reading. I never needed another reading ever again. I've manifested my dreams. I am now manifesting my life. And I get the testimonials all the time. I wish it worked that way for everybody. That's at least my intention. Does it work that way for everybody? Unfortunately, no, it doesn't. Like I said, there are some people who just aren't equipped or prepared to receive the message or apply it to their life. But that doesn't change my intention. That is my intention. My goal, my intention, my dream, my desire, my calling is to give you the information and the tools and the knowledge and the wisdom that can actually help you really change your life. And when I say change your life, what I mean is I want to see you point to your wildest dreams come true and see actual results. We've got plenty of people who have been sitting in the spiritual community for years, spinning in circles, talking about what they want to do, but they don't see any results. They're not making any progress. They're not improving their life. They're still spinning in the same circles, repeating the same cycles, messing with the same people, doing the same old thing. Their life looks today exactly like it looked 5 years ago, and nothing has changed. I want to see you change your life. So, does that make sense as to why I do not watch tarot card videos and I refuse to get readings? It's not because they are bad. It's because the tarot is a tool. It's a stepping stone. Okay? When you are given the knowledge, after a certain point, the goal is for you to begin applying the knowledge to your path. So you shouldn't have to keep coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back. You shouldn't have to. Okay? If there's a reader out there, oh, keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. We'll read your energy once a month. They are not helping you. I'm sorry. Now, again, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody in particular. If you are a tarot card reader and you began your tarot career somewhere after, I want to say 2019, there's probably a 99% chance that I don't even know who the hell you are. I have no clue who's doing what out there. All I really know is the little tiny group of readers that I used to watch back when I was a viewer. And pretty much ever since I began my journey, I don't need that anymore. So I've spread my own wings and I have no clue who's doing what. I don't know if any of the readers who were reading back when I was watching are still reading. Don't know who's new on the scene. I have no idea. No clue. So I'm not pointing fingers at anybody in particular, but I would imagine that if that feels like a personal attack to you, you might want to rethink your priorities. So hopefully that explains it a little bit more clearly. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to me run my mouth. I want to see you change your life. Let's make 2023 that year that finally changes everything. Y'all stay blessed.